Welcome to the Euros podcast, Extra Time. Now, if you've been watching our Euro podcast and reaction to England's game, you will notice that I am without my co-host, which is Gary Harris, which is either that way or that way. And then you've got Martin King, which is usually down below. But today I am going solo. And this is a preview of England versus Germany in the last 16. Normally, we get Germany in the semi-finals, and I'm sure everybody, well, if you're of a certain age, will remember Italia 90 when we went out on penalties, and again in the Euros 2006, where we also went out on penalties, and I'm sure the English gaffer Gareth Southgate will remember that, not fondly, because he was the only one who missed a penalty and we went out. So the big question is, who's going to start tomorrow? Now, I'll refer to my laptop and a certain tabloid that have predicted a lineup. Again, this isn't the lineup that's going to start. It's just a predicted lineup. So I'll read it out for you. Pickford in goal. Trippier, Walker, Stones, Maguire in the back four. Maguire's getting a start, apparently, to this predicted lineup after his injury. Midfield is Shaw, Rice, Phillips, and Foden. Up front is Harry Kane and Sterling. So again, that's only a predicted lineup. So again, there's no starting lineups for Grealish or Saka. Saka was a shining light in last England's game, as far as I'm concerned. And in the last Euro podcast that I did with Gary Harris and Martin King also said that Saka was a shining light. The only England player, apart from Grealish, I will speak about in a minute, that wanted to go forward instead of this tactic of passing sideways or backwards. Now, I understand this tactic. You don't lose the ball that way, but you need to play the way you're facing. You need to pass forward to make anything happen. And Saka and Grealish was trying to do this. But again, in this predicted lineup to my laptop from a tabloid, they haven't got a start. But I do stress that they might. This is a predicted lineup. So, will we beat the Germans? This is the thing. I'm praying it doesn't go to penalties. I'm praying that we can beat the Germans. If you remember, I know it was only a friendly, when we smashed the Germans 5-1, they went to head, but then Owen, Sheringham, Shearer, and even Emil Heskey got on the scoreline, So the Germans aren't invincible. We can beat them. We just need to be a little bit more creative and not all this passing sideways and backwards. It's not good. And at least there's one thing that's on our side this time, which I normally complain about, I must admit, which is VAR. If you remember Frank Lampard's goal, which was like, this screen's not big enough to focus how over the line it was, but the goal was disallowed and we lost the game. This time, that's not going to happen, So at least I am singing the praises of VAR this time. And I really hope we win, because throughout England, we will have lads and ladies, women watch football, singing, football's coming home in every pub throughout England. If we lose, there's going to be lots of sorrow and comments of, we've been done by the Germans again. So like I said, this has been a Euro podcast Extra Time. The referee has blown his whistle for extra time, so I must leave you. Before I go, shout outs go to a clothing company called Frictit Skelder that have sent me this polo shirt today, so I must give them a shout out. Clobber made by football lads for football lads. So look them up again. That's Frictit Skelder. You might see their logo in the background there. And also, I'd like to give out shout outs to a couple of Facebook groups. One is called Football Firms Piss Up. Very good group. The last time I looked at it, had 38,000 members. So you know, get involved. If you're not involved, apply to get on it. Really good group. Lots going on in there. The other group that I would like to mention is Old School Hooligans, which I think is run by Martin Tilley. This group is run, it has lads in there that were obviously there during the golden age of what I call football hooliganism or football casuals. It's very respectful. Don't think you can go on there calling out everyone and calling everyone this, that, and the other, because you just get shouted if you do. It's very respectful and a very good group to be in. So again, apply to that. Please subscribe to the channel. The logo will be popping across the screen in a minute. And please like this video. And I will see you soon on the next podcast with the reaction to England versus Germany with Gary Harris and Martin King. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you again soon.